Hiya, I'm Jason from Jason's Jungle. Thompson and Morgan are really taking the piss. My mother, she's in her 70s. She's disabled, but she does like to garden. And she does like a garden looking nice. So she wanted a fountain, because the old fountain broke, so she saw one on GoGroupie that was being sold by Thompson Morgan. She thought it looked nice, attractive and bright, so she went and bought it. But the problem was, it didn't work. If I show you here, this is where you attach the pump to. I'll show you this bit. This is the pump. Now, according to the instructions, you plug that into there, which doesn't work. This is 8mm external diameter, this is 8mm external diameter. So she wanted her money back. Please. Anyway, so she went on to the GoGroupie webpage, and we eventually found the bit that said we'd like to return an item and not get a refund. I think that was around the 17th or somewhere around that time, might be a little bit later. We wanted a return label, we wanted to return the item. On the 22nd, the 17th of April, not May, April. On the 22nd of April, we got a message from GoGroupie. Thank you for contacting GoGroupie customer support team. I'm sorry to hear that you have not received your complete order. We never said complete order. We said the order didn't work. You wanted a refund. I've emailed the merchant on your behalf and requested they contact you via email within 7 days to provide a suitable solution. Let me know if you require any further assistance. Kindest regards, Lauren Jones. So that was on the 22nd of June. No, April. I'm getting the months confused. The 23rd of the 4th, we got an email from GoGroupie saying, thank you for contacting GoGroupie. The merchant has been in touch regarding your order. I've attached that email at the bottom of this email. So what they asked for is, what they sent was the reply from Thompson Morgan. I'm sorry to read your comments. Could you please provide the part number from the manual that is missing? We can then request this be sent to you. I responded to that, basically saying thank you for getting back to me. This was on the same day, 23rd of the 4th. Thank you for getting back to me. The instructions list no part numbers or in fact any parts. You can see from the photo of the instruction that they indicate the pump should be connected straight to the fountain without a connecting port. You can also see from my photos of the pump and the port that they have the same diameter connectors and therefore cannot be connected as shown in the diagram on the instructions. The outside diameter of both connectors is 8mm. To be able to connect these two, you would need a suitable plastic tubing. This was not mentioned in the instructions, shown in the diagram or included in the box. Now, we'd originally wanted the money back, but if we get the tubing, that would be fine. So I then said, as it's now impossible to assemble and use as a fountain, I would appreciate it if you could supply me with the appropriate piece to connect the two, otherwise I will need to return the fountain. So the option's there. Send us the rubber tube or we need to return it. Now, I think that was a reasonable description. I think reasonable people should be able to figure out a solution to that. Basically, because I've said you need the suitable tubing to go over an 8mm tube. So I attached the photos. That was the first time I attached them. On the 26th, GoGroupie got back saying, basically, thanks, we've sent it on to Thompson Morgan. And then 26th, Thompson Morgan came back and said, We would like to assure you that your email has been received safely, and as a member of the team will be in touch with you within 72 hours to help with your query. We have put together a list of information which may give the answers you need. You can find this here, giving me a web link. That was just a bog standard FAQ, absolutely nothing to do with fountains or missing parts or anything. Nothing to do with the order. Yeah. So we waited, and then on the 5th, so this is the 26th of the 4th, and then the 1st of the 5th, the problem has not still, we sent a message to Groupie saying that the problem has not been resolved. The link to the FAQ does not address the issue. The issue is that it's poorly designed, it does not fit together. I now want to return the item. GoGroupie responded, I'm sorry to say no one has contacted. No, sorry, they didn't respond. We sent another message on the 6th. So another 5 days later. Sorry to say no one's contacted me. As it's not fit for use, I want to return it and get my money back. Can you send me a return label? So that's multiple times we've said we want to return it. Later on in the day, we got a message from Thompson Morgan. Could you send us the images of the pump so we can see what the customer is on about, please? At that time, it's going through GoGroupie and it's acting as a go-between. So we send it to them, they send it to Thompson Morgan sent it to them, they send it back to us. So I responded. I was at work that day, so I responded the next day, on the 7th of the 5th. Please find below the extract from my previous email, where I described the issue, along with the photographs of the pump, the fountain connector, and the instructions, which were also in the previous email. The pump does not connect to the fountain in the way that the instructions show. There were no parts provided to connect the pump to the fountain. The fountain does not work and cannot work in the way it's provided. The instruction list, then I copy in what I just wrote earlier on. And reattach the photos for the second time. So that's the second time they've got the photos on this, second time they've got the description of the problem, second time they've got the solution to the problem. I heard nothing from them, either GoGroupie or Thompson Morgan. So on the 17th, we contacted them again, GoGroupie. I have not heard back from you. I'm still waiting for the details on how to return this non-function item and get a refund. I've sent you all the images you requested, but I've heard nothing from you in return. I first contacted you on the 26th of April. I got the date wrong. I mean, you can see that we were in communication long before then. And almost a month later, the problem is not resolved. I want to return this item. I want a refund. Please send me a return label to facilitate this. And on the 18th, GoGroupie responded. I've sent it to the Thompson Morgan. So all GoGroupie is doing is saying, and our problem, we'll pass it on. They did say, let us know if you require further assistance, kind regard. So on the 19th, I responded, you can assist me by giving me a refund. So quite a few times we've asked for refunds. And they responded, I have informed the merchant of the update of this and will update you as soon as I can. But see, that's all this thing. These are all coming from Lauren Jones. And that was the last time she bothered getting involved. After that, we're getting responses directly from Thompson and Morgan without going through GoGroupie. You think things would improve? Didn't. 21st, we got a message saying, apologies, we've been working hard to reply to all emails and get to you as quick as we can. Then on the 23rd, we're sorry to hear about you having issues with your water feature. Would you be able to attach your photos to this email so we can see the issue, please? Please accept our apologies. Kind regards, Eleanor. So I responded on the 23rd of the 5th. I've attached the photos which you have asked for in this and previous emails yet again. I've attached them to all the emails I sent to you, and I don't know why you need them again unless you haven't bothered reading the previous emails. As you can tell, I'm getting knocked. As you can see, the instructions say to insert the pump into the fountain, but the diameter tube on the fountain is exactly the same as the diameter on the outlet of the pump, so this is impossible. even if they did connect, this would also mean the pump would not be underneath the level of water. This issue has been going on for a month now, and I attached the photos again. So that's 3 times I've sent them the photos. Then we get the box standard, thank you for your email. You coming back. On the 24th, we get a message from them. I passed this on to your technical support. As soon as I have a response, I will be in touch. Thank you for your continued patience. Then on the 24th, they came back again saying, following your recent communications, our technical support have advised that the tubes should stretch to go over. This then creates the tight seal when on. Now, didn't I just say earlier that there was no tube? Let's go back. See, ooh, long time. Oh, right down to the beginning. On the 23rd, I said that there was no tube. On the 23rd, I'd said that they need to provide a tube. So the 23rd of the 4th, and this is coming back a month later. Oh, the tube should stretch. So they haven't bothered going back and reading it. So I guess I am knocked. So on the 24th, it's just a couple of days ago. What tube? If you read through all the emails, you'll see that there was only the pump outlet with an 8mm external diameter, which is hard plastic. Look, that's not stretching. That doesn't stretch. And the fountain with an 8mm external diameter, made of metal. That's not stretching. None of these will stretch to fit over the other. Also, if you read my emails, you would always see that I'd said that a tube with 8mm inside diameter was necessary to connect the two, but none was provided. So the instructions do not show a tube in use. They only show fitting the pumps direct to the fountain. You know, I've had to resend and repeat everything on each of my emails, as it seems nobody reads the previous emails. And I send the photos again. They're them from today. I'm not going to read it just yet. What I want you to do is I want you to pause the photos, go down to the comments, pause the video, go down to the comments, and write in what your guess their response was today. So go and do that now. Okay, have you done it? Right then. So today's, good morning, thank you for your email. I'm very sorry to learn of the issues with the order. Can you please send over an image of the item which you're referring to, and then I can arrange for this matter to be resolved with our technical support team. Okay, so, tech support team. This and this do not fit together. They do not stretch, they do not bend, they do not grow, they do not shrink. You have metal and hard plastic both at the same diameter. What you haven't done is you haven't included a rubber tube in the box. Now that rubber tube needs to be long enough to go onto there, and allow this to be put down at the bottom of here so that it can suck onto the bottom. Now it's taken a month and I've explained this several times. I've put photos in several times and you're still coming back with the same thing. Send us your photos, send us your photos. Oh, now they're changing to the tube. That isn't there, that it doesn't exist. It will stretch. So there is no tube. There is this, there is this. That does not fit on there. There is no tube in the box. You know, so unless you're saying that, nah, we can't be bothered, which is what you are saying, because you haven't bothered resolving the problem. This is not how it works. So they have different ones on the sites, and I'm assuming all that stuff is the same, you know, and the customer service is going to be the same. It's going to be atrocious. You know, you give them the problem, you give them the solution. All you need is for them to send you the bit, because Thompson Morgan are rubbish. You know, so I've spent a lot of time on the emails, a lot of time putting this together. You know, well, all they should have done is send us that part straight away when I told them what I needed. Thompson Morgan are rubbish.